Well. We're back with another episode of Voice Seeker. And today, my guest is my dear friend Zaid, who is coming from Poland right now. Where are you in Krakow or
No,
Wrocław?
I changed the 2 weeks ago. I am in Sopot. Not.
Oh, I love it there. It's a great for busking.
Yeah, it's great for basking.
Yeah, I love Sopot. That's a very fancy town.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a fancy town. Yeah, northern shore. Close to Berlin.
yeah.
You can take the train to Berlin very quickly from Sopot, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's close to Berlin.
And Gdansk.
Yeah, yeah. The three cities. They call this place, this part, the three cities: Gdansk, Sopot, and Gdynia.
And Gdynia, that's right.
Nie.
Czy mówisz po polsku?
Ja rozumiem, ale no nie mówić.
Nice. That's good. That's good. I'm sure you know all the important words like pivo and vodka. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kurva.
I'm here. It's crazy here. Now I cannot drink so much, and I was always thinking about when I was in Morocco back, like, oh, gonna try Polish vodka and Russian vodka. The moment I came here, I don't want to drink.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I quit drinking about almost 2 years ago, and I
Yeah,
feel great about it. I'm really happy to not have to deal with it because it can create a lot of problems as you see in a country like Poland, even in
yeah.
Morocco,
Even
in
in Morocco,
Morocco
yeah,
or Turkiye, there's like so many alcohol causes lots of problems.
yeah, a lot of alcoholics.
Yeah, it's easy to feel like you need it. Yeah, and then that's a big problem when the person thinks they have to have it for having fun.
Yeah,
So
like
how?
parties and stuff with alcohol all the time. You need to talk. You need to break the ice with alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guess that's kind of nice thing about when we're where we met in rainbow gatherings and things like that, where alcohol is not really acceptable for most situations. So I think that that's kind of cool how a lot of people are getting together without drinking and figuring out how to feel comfortable meeting one
Yeah,
another.
sober.
hmm
Yeah.
To a point, I think there is a lot of weed heads too, but like I remember when I was in Morocco and I gave up smoking joints because I got so tired of the smoke and everything, and it just like became such a thing that I got so tired of it.
Yeah, like the moment we met in Morocco, I don't smoke weed.
Oh
Like
yeah,
since 2017, I don't smoke. I also quit it completely. Like it's my body doesn't accept it anymore. So
seriously, it gives me so much paranoia. I don't need it.
me
It's
too. Yeah,
terrible.
me too.
It's so bad. Yeah, I remember that's because when we met was at that there was a rainbow gathering in Morocco, and where was it? It was at Tagounit, W-
Tagunit, exactly.
in Tagounit, which is basically Sahara Desert.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember getting out there from some hitchhiking with random people, and then arriving, and it was like so many guys. It was like so many guys. And who was the one? There was one guy who had this chillum, and he just kept on smoking this huge amounts of really powerful hashish out of the chillum. I
Oh,
remember that guy was
that
pretty wild.
rainbow was crazy. A lot of smoking, a lot of hash, a lot of drugs. I remember it very clear. The thing that I always forget, I always don't remember that we met in Morocco first time. And suddenly I said, "Oh, that was first our first meeting in 2018 in Morocco."
hmm Yeah, isn't that
And yeah,
funny? I mean, I probably would never thought that we would see each other again
of
because
course,
it was
yeah.
just camping and you were there. I remember you were playing guitar and it was cool and I liked your vibe and then off to wherever. I mean, I don't know if oh maybe I think maybe I saw you again in was it in Essaouira? Maybe. I feel like there was a time when some people met after that gathering um, and at one at like a bar, like a kind of tea house or something, and maybe we were talking briefly outside at some table.
We met in the farm in Tagunit.
Yeah. Oh, in
at the farm
at the house.
and the house. Yeah, after the rainbow at the house. Yeah,
That's true. And the guys were and they had that cool little band there. They were playing that
yeah.
that
Twerk
desert
music.
blues music, the Tuareg
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
I really like that where the is it like the G string the or no the low E gets tuned up to a G? Is
To the
that the
G.
thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you ever play like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have some pieces I made in twerk style in this tuning as well.
That's cool. Yeah, because you play a lot of guitar. I mean, I guess do you play like constantly or do you do other things now or how's your guitar playing going?
Well, these times I don't play so much. I had this moment of down in music that you don't feel that your level is enough and you feel very not satisfied and you want to quit and everything. But it is just a push. I know it's a push for to another level.
Mm-hmm.
So like my ego last time was broken. I met a very good guitar
Oh.
player and it destroyed me so much. And it's all these years of playing and I feel that I know nothing, but it's part of the music, part of being musician.
Mm. I think you're in a better place when you feel like you know nothing than when you feel like you know everything.
Exactly, exactly. You're open more to learn and to correct
Hmm.
your techniques and many things.
And anyway, I feel like with music, it's a very special thing because every musician has a repertoire that they've studied very deeply. And so when a person is playing their repertoire, they're going to play it very well, better than you
Yeah,
could because you have not practiced that repertoire. So if I play a song that I played 100 times, I will probably play it in a way that seems more legitimate than a person who just tried playing it the first time because I've I've been exposed to it so much. So it's kind of unfair comparison when you see a person playing something that they've practiced a lot because
yeah,
they know that territory. It's not like it's not like they're just better than you for no reason.
yeah. Of course, I acknowledge this.
I feel that way too, though,
Yeah, of course.
about so many things. Yeah, I'm always try. I mean, I have a lot of instruments now because I have a job, so I can buy things. And I've bought a banjo, I bought a violin. I even was given an oud, but the oud is not very good. It's not a very good oud. Good oud.
Mm, you're
Um,
gonna feel it when you play it.
because it's got a very narrow fret. The neck is very narrow,
Ah,
and
okay.
the tuning does not stay very well.
Oh,
And you know how the tuning a
yeah.
oud is like. So if I want to play it, I have to spend 10 minutes to get the tuning, and then it's not staying very long. So
So it's not worth it to play, to tune it even, you know.
yeah, I feel like if I want to play the oud, I should try to get a nicer one. Eventually maybe I will, but I have a lot of instruments, like balama, and then I have steel string guitar, I have nylon guitar, electric guitar. Um, but I also kind of like you, it's like I feel I think it's normal though that I feel like you can play and practice and then you can take some space from something and this is also growth like when you're building muscle if you work out
Mm,
every day of the week it's not very good for gaining as if you were to work and then take a
of
rest
course, yeah.
and taking rest is important for progress.
I know it is always was a process in with my relationship with music. I play, and then I have moment where I'm 1 month I don't play. I
Hmm.
just stay away. It's like taking the guitar at that moment is like not really satisfying at all. You just wanna like stay away from it. And I
Yeah.
know that you're gonna understand this feeling.
Yeah, I felt that way about all kinds of things
Mm.
in my life. I mean, like after that gathering in Morocco, for example, the group of people that I was with, we went to Essaouira and got some apartment. And I remember at some point thinking that I did not want to see any rainbow person. And when I would see
Mm.
them, I would go the other way because they would just all come together. And I just wanted to be away from everybody because
Yeah, I know
it
this
was
feeling.
like you have to be nice, you have to share everything, you have to sit and talk. And there was a moment where I just didn't want to be social anymore. And I was just hiding from the rainbow people. And they were like zombies coming, like
Yeah.
zombies. just coming at you to give you a hug and see what you're doing and not
Exactly. Yeah.
leave.
I had this feeling as well about Rainbow last year's. I feel that I was not really ready to be there, to listen about it, to even listen to the songs.
Yeah.
I had so much hate to it. And recently I went to Rainbow,
Uh-huh.
like in summer, and it was the best Rainbow, and I realized how much I love it. It's like just,
Yeah.
this space we talk about it. You
Mm.
give space to things to
It's
love
like
them more.
close family is possible when you're really when you have a lot of closeness is when it's
Yeah,
possible to have these conflicting emotions really strong where it's like I can't stand you but I also need to be around you and
yeah.
figuring out how to balance it is really a challenge.
I love you, but I cannot stand you for
Yeah,
this moment. Yeah.
exactly. So how long have you been in Poland for?
Now it's been 1 year and almost 5 months.
Nice. So you're almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's quite different than Morocco, I would say. The people are
Straight
way
up.
different and the temperature is different, the food is different, the music is different.
Totally. Everything is different. Like, it's like you start in a game to zero for another level, another place with different rules.
Yeah. I mean, how so
Yeah.
I guess I have a couple questions about that I would like to ask you and I one of them I wanted to ask you what's your experience growing up in Morocco because I think a lot of people maybe have heard about Morocco but they're not really familiar what it's like to be there as a person who lives there and maybe you could
Mm.
tell me about your some memories or just some things that strike you maybe now that you're away from it some things that you remember that are a little bit different than in Poland like some kind of some memories that you have that people around you don't have, or maybe some
Yeah,
comparison.
I got you. Like, growing up in Morocco as a kid, or as a man, or as a woman, or as a whatever, even an animal, it's tough. It's really tough. When I went out many times from Morocco, I realized how, first of all, when I came to Poland, I was walking in the street at night and looking behind me. Took me 2 weeks or 3 weeks to realize that I can go walking without the paranoia of someone is trying to stab me behind or something. Because when you grow up in the favela, like for the poor neighborhoods, like it's not safe. There is
Mm,
this Morocco, it's like for tourists, we call it Morocco, and there is Maghrib
mm,
as Morocco, because Morocco in Moroccan is Maghrib.
mm-hmm,
It's like the old and poor neighborhoods, so it's like kind of 90% of Morocco. And there is like the beautiful image that Morocco gives to the world because we say as Morocco, it's like a family house in Morocco. Because in a family house in Morocco, your mother always tell you to not go to the living room because it's only for guests. Morocco is always like this. It's all the countries like this. Do not this place is only for tourists, so they don't.
even the house is only for
Even like in
guests.
the, it's the same mindset.
Mm,
And yeah, safety is the first thing that is really like here. I feel very safe. I never felt safe. First time after like 29 years,
mm,
I can walk in the street. And I feel the safety. I was like, wow, it's like something. I first time discovered something called safety. That
wow.
was really like awakening, moment of awakening that you can walk without having paranoia.
Hmm. Interesting.
And also like Morocco is very strange for because it's the culture there it's strong as here also the culture is a bit stronger, but in Morocco it's stronger in a very toxic way, I would say. Yeah, there is this beautiful culture that everyone talk about and this and but if you go deeply and live there, as I lived with my wife there, the problem that I got with my wife is because of Morocco, the traditions and everything, and how men should like behave. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not controlling yourself. You're being controlled by other people and the society around you.
Mm,
You have to be that way. You have to, or you will be hated. You will be like even sometimes people will use violence, physical violence toward you, against you, because you're not really like them. You are trying
mm,
to follow another way.
mm-hmm.
uh, in the term of tradition and culture is like this, is very strong that is toxic, you know.
Mm, mm,
Also as a religion, religion is very like kind of mixed with the culture, because some people, for example, they think eating couscous is a religion thing, a religious thing.
yeah. I mean, I've
Because
had some good tagine, and it is sublime when the onions
well, like
melt.
for example, the fact that couscous is in Friday after the prayer, people
Mm,
will think that couscous is a part of the religion, but it's
yeah.
people, they don't make the difference. I'm not saying all people. I'm not generalizing, of course. Like just the people into the culture so much. They're
Mm,
very like nationalist, into loving the country. Like you know what I mean.
yeah. Like a lot of places.
Yeah, exactly. And then they don't have the sense of critics to their environment, so they
Mm.
miss a lot, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, because even, for example, the Arabic greeting is salam alaikum, and which is also, I mean, I guess, is that peace be on you. So I guess it's not
Yeah.
so religious, but then there are a lot of phrases like inshallah and things like that that people say, which is about God, I suppose. But
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes just the yeah the religion is so it's existing so much in the language. Sometimes you swear with using God, even like
mm,
the God is present in this, even in the swearing
hmm.
words.
Hopefully it's yeah, but it's got to be like a religiously okay way to curse, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like the imam would approve.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't think so.
I so when you yeah, so you how did you meet your wife anyway? Did she come to Morocco and you met there?
Yeah, because I couldn't leave. I couldn't go to Europe, and I had to go get married to come to Europe, actually.
Yeah.
And I met my wife through email because I was focalizing some rainbows in Morocco,
Mm-hmm.
and I was my task that moment was sending emails to people who and writing the emails and the invitation and everything. So I was taking care, and then she want to come to the Rainbow. I don't even remember her very well. I just sent her the invitation email because I checked if she was like kind of person that can be for us in the Rainbow in Morocco. We have to be careful. That's why we have to check everyone coming
Yeah.
and everyone will get the invitation. So yeah, and then she didn't come, but she kept my contact. And the moment she want to come back to Morocco to travel, she asked me if she can join me in my journey, travel or something like that. So we traveled, and yeah, she came back, and
And you got along. It was good. It was a good travel.
yeah, and then she came back again to Morocco, and then she proposed that because she saw that I cannot leave Morocco, I
Mm,
cannot travel as like I don't have like the same privilege as people around me, So she
mm.
was a bit mad about this inequality, and she wanted to do something activist.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's true because I mean for Moroccan passport, there's a lot of limited options, right? Without a visa, you can go to Turkiye. Can you could
And
probably go Iran. Can you go for Iran with Moroccan?
no, Iran will need visa, and
Really?
we can go to Brazil, for example,
Mm-hmm.
Colombia, but the fact that you cannot change flight in the airport in Europe, that make the prices of the direct ticket very expensive. So, for example, we have right to change the flight in Europe, but the police in Morocco stop us because they got paid from the government, the Europe, because people escape in the airport before,
Uh-huh. Oh.
so they don't let you have your right to exchange the flight
Mm.
in Europe. If you don't have stamps in your passport, for example, first time your passport, they will not allow you. So, for example, when I met you in Turkey, I paid flight with 800 euros
Wow. That's a
because I
lot.
had to buy the boat ticket to show it in the airport.
Hmm. And that's not and what's interesting is that that's not very far. For example, for me, I could probably have the same cost of that ticket to go from the United States, but that's a much longer journey.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what's the logic behind it, but it's. not good one.
Yeah. Well, they want rich people to travel. That's it. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. They want only if you have money you can travel. If you don't
yeah.
have money, stay home, work.
Yeah, basically. And it's very difficult. I remember, was it what's is it Ceuta, or what's the city state, the Spanish city in
There are two, Septa and Melilla.
which ones?
Septa and Melilla.
Oh yeah, Septa. Is that
Yeah.
the one that's near to the what where all the hashish comes from?
Yeah,
Ceuta.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Y-
it's near
Ceuta.
Tangier and
Mhm.
Castiajo.
So I heard that at that city there's all these people outside just trying even to go into there. Is that true?
Yeah,
Do you know about
that's
that?
the I can give you information lately because I had to go there all the time, all every 3 months because my wife had to go SEPTA and come back to Morocco so she can have new visa.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going there each time. The first time, the time what I remember before going there, it was women, Moroccan women, they had business there
Mm-hmm.
because people who are born in that place, they were allowed to go for one day to buy
Mm-hmm.
things and come back. So things there are with no taxes. You buy things with no taxes, like do you buy them cheaper than Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So the business, there was a big business in Morocco that they go to bring. They were like they put all these blankets that they buy and the shoes inside of their bodies like this, and they wear everything and they go outside to Morocco. But lately, when I went there, they stopped this. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you were born there, you cannot go inside it unless you have visa. But there is all this sub-Saharians, poor sub-Saharians that they trying to cross from Morocco to Spain,
Mm-hmm.
and many crimes got happened there actually, like violence by both sides, I would say, but mostly because people they were not really having good life in Morocco as like refugees, you know.
Yeah. That's the hard part, is that countries like Morocco are kind of like the buffer with Europe. So Morocco
Yeah,
has
the
a lot of
door.
benefit because there's a lot of European tourism who come, but then it
Yeah.
also is attracting a lot of people from other countries who are trying to go inside, and
Mm.
they're trying really hard to get into Europe. And but what is it? What is it? I suppose the question is, why aren't people happy in their homes where they were born? What is it that makes a person want to leave? What are the conditions that make people feel desperate in their home country?
For example, in Morocco was every little guy, every little person that start their life just by like studying in university or high school or going to work to their first jobs. They understood at that moment, the beginning, that there is no future because they see corruption everywhere. They see corruption in any little things, like all the money that comes from the government, it's in the pockets of people. So nothing come to the to the people, you know, like you know what I mean, like no health. For example, Morocco, you risk your life, you go sick, you die, you don't have money, you die, because the hospitals are really catastrophic there, because all the money got to the government stole all the money. For example, you remember the earthquake that happened in Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of countries donate money and stuff. So the money that was donated by these countries was stolen by the government that is there, and people still living in the tents right now after 2 years.
Wow.
So so when you are there in Morocco, it's like you know that there is no hope for you except if you're
Mm.
rich. And
Right.
this is the feeling of not being safe, that you cannot save your family. For example, your mother got sick and she's dying. Imagine this situation, and you don't have resources to make it happen. Then you realize that you have to leave as soon as possible and start life in another place to at least help your family or help yourself if
Mm.
you, yeah. So it's economical thing and
Yeah.
also some other topics like freedom and and many things. For example, I went out not only because of economic situation, but also because of social situation and political situation. For example, if you have a girlfriend in Morocco, you cannot be together because it's illegal. Imagine that
Mm,
you cannot have hotel together. You cannot go to some place together. For example, the one law that really made me feel crazy, it's like when I have friends coming from Europe or like Western friends. I have a lot because I was traveling. I need authorization from the police to walk with my friends and take responsibility, all responsibility if something happened to them. So I sign that if something happened to this guy, I go to jail.
right, and because they think that you're trying to make money off of every single person, and
Exactly. It's like your government is discriminating you by putting you in the sort of thief or something. So
mm,
you should be treated as a person first, as a
yeah,
like citizen, as like someone who trusted, being trusted by even the government make you feel down, you know.
mm,
And this is like I think it's coming also from the time of colonization because it's still the same system, you know.
yeah. That's true because Morocco, I guess the primary colonizer is France, right? Because it's
Yeah.
still spoken there. I guess also there's some Spanish colonization too, and even the money system is still controlled by the French, right? I think there's quite a number of African countries whose money system is still controlled by the Bank of France.
Yeah, Morocco not fully, but it's controlled by some contract that's we Morocco. I will not say we because I don't feel now any belonging to any nations.
Amen to that.
Like Moroccan signed, and they allow France to control many big sectors economy in Morocco.
Hmm.
But as well as you said, many countries like Senegal, for example, one of the countries that are really suffering from the system, Mali as well, for French system, until because they don't have a bank, and the central bank of these countries is France. So all the gold,
Hmm.
all the resources go to France first, and yeah,
Yeah, and that's a big problem. And I know that Gaddafi was talking about that a lot and trying to organize to have an African Union and to put the currency control back into the countries. But then you have this corruption too. So I think that's one of the questions. It's like there's this marriage between colonialism and corruption, and it's almost like they feed one another. So you have these corrupt colonized governments who are getting a lot of benefit from the colonizer. So
yeah,
they work with the colonizer to keep the
of
people
course,
repressed so that they
of
can have a
course.
benefit for their own personal use.
For example, France killed more than 20 president elected
Wow.
democratically in Africa because they were against their policy and they want to really make Africa good. So they didn't serve their agendas and their imperialist programs. So they killed them. It's too simply just
Oh.
like that. So all the as I like I was thinking about it, even if you made a revolution or whatever, you change the system, you will deal with another big monster.
Mm.
It's like
Yeah.
you have the little monster controlled by the big monster, controlled by
Mm.
the biggest monster, and it's never ending story. And then you are in your beginning of your 30s and you spend all this time trying to figure out how to do it, but later you need to leave as well, you know?
It's true. I feel you. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I guess in these times we have to look for ways to not feel completely defeated and also to find hope in humanity and hope that that monster inside there's a little angel that might wake up and stop being a monster. Maybe there's a chance or the monster's child will change or something like that. Like maybe there we need to look for all kinds of possibilities. If we don't allow those possibilities to exist, then we are gonna have a hard time getting through life.
Yeah, like I believe in hope, even if it's a lie. I will believe in hope.
Yeah.
Just like Albert Camus says, like the Sisyphus must imagine himself happy while pushing the boulders through
Mm,
the mountain over and over all the
mm.
eternity. Like all in this world, which is like full of injustice and full of misery and imperialism, colonialism, genocides, we have to have some hope to keep going until we can maybe one day be free. all of us as human being, not only like part of be the planet is free and the other part is chaotic,
Yeah.
serving the other people to be more free.
So we did touch up on a lot of heavy stuff. I was wondering though, in your remembrances of your times, your youth in Morocco, if there are some things that you miss and that you like about Morocco that you don't find in Europe. Like what are we talked about some of the things that you found repressive about being there. But
Yeah, yeah,
are there some things though that you miss that all European
of course,
society would
of
be good
course.
to adapt?
Like for example, Morocco for me is like beautiful, amazing place that I would always choose to be. Like in all this planet, I would always choose to be there, except the things we talk about it. And one of the things that I really miss, for example, it's gonna be sound stupid, but the food, because I'm used to the Moroccan food, so I miss the Moroccan food a lot. I miss the love of the family, of the friends that were always with each other, always present in each other's life, and trying to do things together. The simplicity, of people that there is another kind of connection there, to be honest. Like
Mm,
here in Europe, it's another level of connection. There is another level of connection. For example, in Morocco, people are more close to each other, you know what I mean? Like in term of like even you meet someone outside you don't know in the bus or the wherever it's like you feel that familiar with them. And here it's a bit of also people are nice, but they have different way of like connecting,
mm.
I would say. And
Yeah.
I miss the weather. I love the weather in Morocco. It's very beautiful. I miss the desert. I miss the beach in Imswan. Yeah, many little things I missed actually.
What what food do you miss the most, like specifically?
I miss tagine. I didn't have my tagine for so long. So
So you don't have one? You don't have one
no,
in Poland?
no, because I came to Poland. I was thinking that I would be able to leave Poland in 4 months or
Mm,
5 or 6. But now it's been 1 year and 4 months, and I don't have my residency. I'm not allowed to go back to Morocco.
mm,
I'm
mm.
not allowed to leave Poland, to be honest. So
Yeah, you
I
have to
missed
stay.
my tagine.
Well, Poland is a big country, and I mean, I'm sure as you have found that there are some pretty interesting folks in Poland too. Like, you've been to the Wolomirz festival, right? Did you go there?
Yeah,
Stacja Wolomirz? That
yeah.
was I went up 'cause when I first went to Poland because my father's side of the family is Polish and I wanted to go and see what my heritage where they came from. And so I went to Wrocław the first day and someone had told me about this Wolomirz festival.
Because it was
And
near to Wrocław. Yeah.
yeah, so I went to Wrocław and then I was I had gotten permission to come and volunteer at their festival. So I went to the festival after a few days in Wrocław and I was just my mind was pretty blown because I saw all these hippies and all of this kind of counterculture and um, I was really surprised. I didn't think that that existed in Poland. I didn't know, and uh, and I made a lot of good connections with some people there, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that happening in Poland. And I feel like Polish people have a kind of spirit of revolution too, because they had to deal with the Soviet Union, they had to deal with
Yeah.
Germany, they had to deal with a lot of colonization too. And I feel that Polish people don't like it, and they want to be proudly protecting against all of that encroachment from the outside. But then again, you have the nationalism which can come. So that it there's the question. It's like sometimes the problem is that when a group is colonized then they become nationalists against it, which in a way they have to, right? It's almost like the process of colonization
It's a
makes
process, yeah.
nationalism happen.
But I think here it just the way that how nationalism commercialized itself and it got famous. But most of the people I know, they didn't vote
Hmm.
here.
Hmm.
So most of the people they think that Poland is right winger or racist. I didn't have no problems here, to be
Yeah.
honest. I had the best company all the time, people taking care, trying to help me. Like Polish people, really, I appreciate them so much. They also, as you said, they have this uh, thirsty for justice. And because it happened that they were poor in the 90s because of Soviet Union, and then with the Nazis, and they have the story of war, and they were like they had a lot of troubles here. Like I saw photos of Warsaw in the war times. It's like Gaza completely
Hmm.
wiped out, and I was like shocked. And then, yeah, I love being in Poland actually in terms of like having friends and people. And then about the festivals, it's actually funny because now Poland have the biggest amount of this kind of festivals, like conscious festivals, like more than 1,000 maybe
Yeah.
festival
Right?
during the summer. And here there is this tradition of culture became following the festivals. Everyone in the summer following the festivals, and they will ask you which festival you're gonna be. I'm going to this festival and this and this and that and this, and people just trying to meet each other and
Hmm.
festivals and play music and
It's true. I think when I was in my travels, I would meet a lot of Polish travelers who would be going around to different places and kind of off of the commercial path. Lots of witches and wizards,
yeah,
Vrushki and Czarodziejki. I was learning these words, witches and wizards. I felt like I met so many witches and wizards from Poland. And there's a lot of spirituality, a lot of deep spirituality, because Poland was made Catholic, and there's deeper Slavic religion that happened before that, and a lot of people have
yeah,
forgotten, but some people are remembering now, and that's very fascinating to learn about these older beliefs that were coming from before the colonization of the Catholic Church.
yeah. I've been here in many celebration in Krakow that they were organized by people who really want to Slavic tradition to keep going. And I went first time to see Wianki. It's like the spring when the Wianki means the crown. They put the crowns off from the flowers and stuff.
Hmm.
It's like the day of like the long. I don't remember which was about because I forgot. They told me, but I was that time. I was shocked because I saw all this big one was big mountain and cliff, and everyone was wearing white and holding candles and
Huh.
wearing crowns of flowers, and it was thousands of people, and I was like I felt that I died and this is heaven because everyone is beautiful wearing beautiful things and and I was like, what the hell is that?
That's
It's
cool.
a very beautiful, like, to be honest, like I was like, wow, fascinated, to be honest, like.
I would like to go there. I need to learn more about that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, I recommend actually. But at night everyone is drunk and jumping fire and stuff.
The devils are in the light, and then the oh no, the angels are in the light, and the devils are in the dark.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. So we met in Morocco, but then we didn't see each other until coming to that rainbow gathering in Turkey.
In Turkey, yeah, in the
Yeah.
Balkan Rainbow Gathering.
hmm And I remember, and you
Yeah.
came with Solo and Hamza.
Yeah, I came alone at the beginning and
Oh, okay.
they came later in
Oh, is
and
that
we
it?
met
Oh,
in
that's
Rainbow.
right. Yeah, you were already there, and then the other guys arrived. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, you convinced them, and
Yeah, I tried.
then you guys did some traveling around, and we all met up at the madhouse.
Oh, yeah. Madhouse.
What a
Crazy
time!
madhouse.
What a time! And I mean, I made a podcast episode about that a few years ago, with a bunch of voicemails, and I think you put one, and quite a number of other people would left some voicemails telling some stories about that, which is was a wild time where we had. I mean, I think at some points it was 35 or more people living in these. Uh, it was like three flats and a basement, and they were
Yeah.
all just empty and abandoned. And when the people we decided to live there with the permission from the owner, and turned it into a kind. It was all gutted too. There was no plumbing set up or anything. Everything was basically empty and destroyed, and we started making that place into a kind of crazy home for wandering travelers in a very conservative town,
Yeah,
Sakarya.
yeah, the
That
most
that's
conservative town in whole Turkey.
is it really? It felt
Yeah,
like it. Wow. And here we were, a bunch of wild people. I was definitely became very grumpy in those times too, because sometimes people just didn't have any common sense about how to handle the neighbors. And there'd be like someone naked on the roof, or screaming and
yeah,
shouting at
yeah,
2 in the
yeah.
morning, or all kinds of
That's why
problems.
we call it madhouse.
Yeah.
I used to wake up and I see like someone giving tattoo to other one or someone just screaming the whole night, you know.
Yeah, banging on drums.
Drums all night. And it's like, imagine the rainbow gathering if it lasted a whole year. It would be like this.
Uh,
People will get mad.
there's a reason why there's a time limit because
Yeah, yeah, that's why there is 1 month and that's it. Try to
w-
move.
yeah, 1 month is a perfect time. The fruit is delicious, and then after 1 month, it just turns to vinegar. All of the
Yeah,
sweetness becomes
yeah.
sour, and the people start to have all of these dramas with one another. And imagine taking a rainbow gathering that's usually over hectares of space, and then you condense it into a small building.
Our
Uh,
small house, like,
you-
yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty big building, but not big enough. Not,
Not big enough, no. But in kind of I took it as an experience, social experience and psychological experience, and also how to build a community. Like I
mm,
came up with a lot of knowledge from there.
yeah.
Uh, uh, I didn't take anything later personally. I just took it like as a book, you know, like a book of experience inside of my head, you know,
Oh
because it's
yeah.
such an experience. Like you learn a lot there.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It was kind of like I didn't hate anybody personally, but there was a time I just hated that place.
Yeah, of course.
I needed
Me
to
too.
go, and
Yeah,
I
me
did
too.
go, and I felt so good to leave. But
Yeah.
because I was just driving myself crazy, I didn't have enough space. I was always around people. I didn't even have my own room, and I was just constantly have to interact with others and have to deal with seeing everyone's lives in front of me and dealing with it and I remember when I stepped away from it, it was really hard to step away because I felt very invested too. I felt really invested to help raise money with the street music and also to help
Yeah,
with the recycling mission. I really was putting a lot of energy to help take care of everyone. And when I stepped away from it, I felt a lot of relief, but it was difficult to step away.
it was a courage because I couldn't as well. I felt that I put also so much energy and I feel part of everything and I hard to leave this place and you have this feeling of missing out what's gonna happen there if you leave, you know what I mean? Like all these stories, all these things happening, all the music that were
Yeah,
playing there.
yeah. So many great musicians. I mean, like Kate, Leia, Maddie. I mean,
Marion and
yeah,
Eva.
Marion and Eva, we were all like, there's Chile, Chile. Um, there's a lot of people were just coming in and out. John, like all these, so many people came in with instruments, and we made that music studio in the basement.
Yeah.
And then I never even did anything to record. I was just
But
done.
I remember there were 2 albums were recorded there.
Yeah, Marion and Eva, and what was the? Oh yeah, we recorded the video
The
with
video as
Maddie.
well, yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. It was nice times. Actually, I miss it actually. Sometimes I really miss it because it was like for me it was wild. Very wild.
It was wild. It was really, yeah, it was an incredibly wild group of people, and
And to
I,
tell it to share your experience with people. Sometimes when I met people and they were telling about their like life, community life, and you feel that they really were organized and talking about it. But I cannot talk about my experience in words because it was such a crazy experience.
yeah,
And I think I'm lucky that we end up with this kind of people together because to live with all these people all these times, and there were no sort of violence, maybe one or two times, and there were not so many drugs, and there were not so many alcoholics there.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
really,
I mean, we tried, we did, I mean, I know like there was a lot of emphasis to not have drugs there, and I mean also alcohol, although I know that some people were drinking kind of privately, and then there was a time when some guys were drinking, and then there was a little argument about it,
yeah.
and then then we had the talking circle, and I remember being just like a very grumpy grandfather, like, what are we doing? Drinking? There's people here. We want them to be safe. That was really good. And you were also very grumpy because you wanted to go to bed early every night. I'm surprised you're
Yeah, I
awake
was.
now.
You told me, Grandpa.
Yeah.
You were telling me.
Yeah, you were the grandpa. It's true. You would be like coming out of the bed at 10 p.m. like "Oh, please be quiet, everybody."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're awake now. It's kind of late, isn't it?
Yeah, now I changed a bit. I'm not this, but still, like when if I want to sleep, I need to have always like kind of.
Eight
Uh,
hours.
no, no, no. I don't sleep so much, but I'm always having problem with sounds.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Mhm.
struggling in Madhouse. It was like
Oh yeah. Tell me about it. I you gotta do I have an application on my phone that can play different noise and stuff like that, and I'll put it on even a Bluetooth speaker and play the noise.
the
So
white noise.
I don't use white noise because it's got too much high frequency. I like to
Yeah.
use brown noise mixed a little bit with I think pink noise. So it's
Okay, I will
mostly
try it. Brown and
so
pink.
yeah, brown is pink. Like we have white noise is very flat and every all the high frequencies is just way too much.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's bad for your ears. But then the pink noise rolls off the high frequencies a bit, and the brown noise rolls it off even more. So you can find
Mm.
there's a yeah, I have an application on Android for it. I don't know if what your kind of phone, if you have an Android phone or
I have Android now. Yeah.
yeah. So I could send that to you later. I don't remember the name of it right now, but it's pretty nice because you can mix the levels of the different types of noise, and
Nice.
it's really nice. So
Mm.
it's just more like the lower frequencies. With the speaker is good because the phone is not loud and the phone doesn't have the bass. So
Yeah.
if you have like a Bluetooth or something, it's really nice with that. But I like that kind of thing as a side discussion. Um, yeah, so we talked about Madhouse, Moroccan dreams. Yeah. So, how about your history with music? Because you really do love to play, especially I think you play a lot of flamenco style and like this kind of you like to play on the nylon string guitar and a lot of also kind of classical guitar vibes.
Yeah.
Is that still what you're going about?
Yeah, always. Like it's not I don't play flamenco, but I'm just inspired like from flamenco, jazz manouche, jazz, bossa nova,
Hmm.
Latin, all together to create my own style. Like the music that I used to listen when I was a kid and I grow
Hmm.
up also, they like mixed in my brain as a soup and they
Yeah,
give one music.
that's
So
great.
when I started playing music as a kid, when I got my gift from my auntie, she was a musician, and she gave me a little keyboard for kids with the buttons with colors,
Okay.
and they have octave, one octave.
Hmm.
And I was like playing all the time, although this one octave, like playing all this. I was trying to figure out my ears as a kid, the songs
Hmm.
from the school, like for kids, like da 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 da,
Hmm.
something like that.
Right.
And I was like try to play them, and then she got me later in my birthday a little bit big keyboard for kids,
Hmm.
and I was playing the keyboard and stuff. And then I got a little wood like a toy, but it was had needle and string, and I was like trying to do like this, but I didn't know how to play. I remember one funny part that happened to me. I was thinking that when you put the string very high, it will get sound better. That's
Yeah.
why tuning for me was in my mind because no one explained to me.
Yeah.
So I decided once to make it to the limit,
Oh.
and I was taking it to the limit, and it broke, and it get into my skin, in
Oh.
my feet down, and I had to take it like this, and I was bleeding.
Jeez.
That's my memory for with the wood.
That's how the
And then
instrument
later,
defends itself. It's like, stop it.
yeah, like stop it. And then later, when I was I started to became a teenager, and list to be became dark and like dark,
Mm.
sad
Emo.
teenager, emo, and I decided to I want a guitar. And my but that time my auntie she didn't help me, and my parents didn't give a shit somehow. And I said, please, I want a guitar. But later I got some money from here and there, and my mom helped me, and I bought a classical guitar. But I wanted always electric guitar
Mm.
to play metal, and play rock and roll and stuff. And I was not satisfied with this classical guitar. And also I got the guitar, and I didn't know how to play. So at the beginning I was thinking it's like piano, you can make a sound, you know what I
Mm.
mean? As a no musician, just like someone who loved to make sound, you can make sound in piano, and it can sound good. But in guitar you cannot. If you don't know, I didn't know even what is tuning, tuning the guitar. What the fuck is tuning? In that time, there was no videos on YouTube, no phones to tune them, like the guitars.
Mhm.
So I bought the guitar and I put it in the house, and I was like trying to play. I couldn't. I remember I broke my leg once in summer. Then I had to spend time next to the house, and the house, like in the area. I was going out of the house a little bit and sit with my friends and take the guitar and try something. And then one guy once passing through my neighborhood, and he saw me with the guitar, and he came and he tuned my guitar. He was a guitar player.
Mm.
I told him, "Oh, a very nice guitar," and he started playing, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And yeah, he was playing chords, and I was like, I never seen chords before, like it was first time seeing chords. And I told him like, Can you just show me something?" And he showed me E minor, and from E minor, my music in guitar started.
Ah, that's why your obsession with the minor chords
And then,
started with the E minor. I remember did we do the happy birthday, the minor happy birthday?
yeah, we did everything in minor, or in
Yeah.
Hijaz,
Yeah,
major Hijaz.
Yeah, just happy birthday would be nice.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
That's
I
great.
played it last time actually in Poland to some friend. They had birthday.
Nice. I think it's great. That's so cool. So he showed you E minor, and then that's what I feel E minor is a great one to start because it's pretty open, and then you can
Yeah,
really improvise on the open strings a lot and doing like hammer-ons and things and start to
and
play around on the.
it's the logic of the guitar. It's tuned to two E's here and there, and
Hmm.
it's like if it's feels natural for that. It's the first thing you play in guitar.
Hmm.
Like E.
Yep. E minor and G. Those two together is pretty good.
Yeah, no, G was very hard for me at the beginning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, to get that.
Yeah, like just the normal G without the bar, it was also
Hmm.
difficult at the beginning. Like I still remember this.
Yeah. How about F? I mean, I feel like once you start doing the F or a B or B flat or something and they have to do the bar chords and that's a whole other problem.
Yeah, that's.
Suddenly.
I think that I start doing that after 1 year because I didn't know even they exist.
Hmm. Yeah, and you're like, "What? Oh, you can just move it up and your index finger is kind of like making it so that you're
The
playing the
beginning of the
same
guitar.
thing move. Yeah, it's like the nut of the board. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, it's cool. And so when you would practice, I mean, well, I guess I'm always interested in how people develop themselves as musicians because I feel musicians often have a path of self-education. And I mean, sometimes you can take a lesson from someone. You're lucky that the guy came by and gave you a small
yeah.
lesson. And I like those kind of lessons with people where you just meet and for example, at a rainbow gathering, and then you can just hang out together and they show you something.
And
Uh,
you learn beat or 7 beat or
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, Kate and Leia, man. I hanging out with those two. Jeez, I learned a lot. I learned a lot of stuff hanging out with them. a lot of stuff. I now
But
I've
you
got
know,
the 7/8 like in my
like my
brain.
blood, like 9 and 7,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
my
the
blood
nine.
now. You know,
Yeah.
last concert I played was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I played with Stefan. Stefan from Macedonia. He play
Oh,
accordion.
yeah. He's he in Poland or he just came to
Yeah, he's
visit?
in Krakow. He was playing with my band. We
That's so
were having
cool.
one band.
Nice.
And we played all like the Balkan hit, the
That's
famous
great.
Makadensko Devoce,
Yeah,
Nazad, Nazad,
great.
like all the tones. And I was like playing and smiling because it all reminds me of the time we spent 6 years ago in Turkey
Mm,
learning the songs. And
yeah.
after 6 years, I'm performing them in Poland. It was like kind of
Yeah, I know what you
that's
feel because I had
yeah.
the same thing happen to me in the summertime. I played at this Slavic music festival near Kansas City, and I taught some of my friends how to play some of these songs too. So we were also playing all of these classic
Nice,
ones. Um,
nice.
what key did you guys play in mostly for those songs? Did you do A minor or D minor?
Yeah, mostly Stefan because I'm following the accordion, and he
Hmm.
was against changing the tonation and or against changing the arrangement because
Hmm.
he believed that the Balkan music should play how they are played
Hmm.
normally for everyone. So we respect that because he's from Balkan.
Yeah.
And he was mostly in B
B. Okay.
and B sometimes G,
Okay.
and mostly A minor.
A minor too. Yeah. I feel I like to play in A minor a lot, or even I'll just use the capo. Or even
Mm.
for Hijaz, I like to play Hijaz in A. I think that's a really nice
Yeah,
key
yeah,
to play
yeah. I
Hijaz.
love it. I
I
love
feel
it.
like I discovered Hijaz by accident years ago, before I knew what it was, and I wrote this song. It's called "With Your Veil On," and it was just about like some mysterious woman in a veil and being like entranced by not seeing her face or something. And
Mm.
improvised it, just playing on the A chord, and it was a Hijaz, and I didn't even understand what it was. I just knew I was like,
Mm.
oh, this sounds kind of cool, and yeah, it's so nice to play Hijaz in A.
Yeah.
I think it's a great one. It's interesting the keys because Kata and Leia they love to play in D. They loved everything in D.
Yeah, the also it sounds natural there in Turkey and the region there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the traditional instruments are all tuned to D,
Mm-hmm.
mostly, not all, but mostly. Whenever I used to play with someone and have like melodic instrument, I
Mm-hmm.
realized that we're playing in D again.
Yeah.
And now I'm also playing mostly sometimes in D,
Yeah. Also for the voice, maybe it's good. Sometimes I feel the songs in A are either too high or too low.
too
So when
high or
people are
too
trying
low.
to
Yeah,
sing, it's like
yeah.
it's I'll sing in A, but yeah, I feel like it's C or D is more accessible to a lot of people. Yeah, it's interesting. The knowing about that stuff. It's important. When there's a vocalist involved, it changes everything, right? You have to really think about what they're capable of with their voice.
Mm,
But then I guess every instrument has its limitations. I've been playing a lot of the recorder lately. And do you know this instrument, this little flute? I have a big one
it's
too.
electric one.
No, but this is a big one. This is the tenor, but it's like, well, wait, maybe I have to turn on the live performance audio. Zoom has all these settings to like okay. Yeah, so this is the big one, but there's smaller ones too.
And,
Yeah, something like that. I learned that
oh,
from
very
you
nice.
guys, playing with that with Maddie.
Yeah.
Foganachel.
Fucking Nahar, yeah.
Is that a
Eh,
song from Iraq?
no, is it?
Iraq?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's from Syria or Iraq.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, some good music. I love. I mean, that music's
Mm.
endless. The
Excuse me, 1 minute, 1 minute,
yeah,
2 seconds.
sure, sure.
Sorry for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe you can bring the mic as it was before because now I cannot hear you very.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay. Yes. So good times with music. I think that was partly one of the reasons why I had a hard time leaving the madhouse was being around so many musicians and
yeah,
every time the jams where we would be just droning out on one note and playing some hijaz for like 25 minutes with
yeah,
with the frame drums.
yeah.
That was
Or
cool.
like Greek music, where I remember one time in the kitchen we were learning this Greek music
Mm-hmm.
from Kate
Yeah, what
in
was it? The
nine
Steeny
feet.
Poga. It's like dun
Stini
dun
Polga.
dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun dun dun. Really
it's like
slow.
being in a boat.
Yeah, that was a cool little song. Yeah, yeah, it was really like being in a boat, this kind of
Yeah,
rocking rebetiko, drunken rebetiko
yeah.
energy. That was fun. Um, oh, what was I gonna? I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what it was now. Uh, it was. Mm, oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. So I remember there was a time when you were making frame drums.
Yeah,
So did you learn to do that in Turkey?
yeah. In Isha Kapasi.
Yeah, that's right. Ishikapas.
I didn't I actually I invited Osta to Morocco because
Mm.
after I was organizing event in Morocco and because I didn't meet Osta, the owner there, I went just to and I found his student. He was in Cambodia because it was Corona. And then when I came back to Morocco after 3 years or maybe 4 years, I asked him to come and perform in Morocco, and he came.
Oh, cool.
But
That's
there
nice.
I saw them making frame drum, but I never learned, I just
Mhm.
saw them.
Mhm.
And when I came back to Morocco, it was another story because my neighborhood, the where my grandma and my parents grow up, they used to make drums,
Ah.
Moroccan traditional drums.
Mm.
So I had access to the people there. They have leather and have everything, but
Mhm.
they don't make like Turkish frame drums.
Mhm.
So I start to learn there and mix with the Turkish and the Moroccan way and combine.
Nice. What are the names of the Moroccan frame drum?
Also Bendir.
It's a bendir. Is that the one that has the wire inside of it?
Yeah, the
Mm.
strings. Yeah,
That's cool. I like that sound.
it's like with.
Okay, so that's also a bendir. That's interesting. Moroccan bendir has these like yeah, this wire sound. In a way, I guess it's kind of it's sort of like a daf but with string like
Yeah,
metal strings in it and it has a kind of buzzy sound.
yeah, it's buzzy.
So when you were making when you're and then the people who you were working with then they showed you how to bend. I feel like bending the hoop is probably a very challenging thing,
That's
huh?
the most hard part that took so much time for me. I didn't show them, didn't show me because they, in Moroccan way of making drums, because it's buzzy, they don't care about the frame, how it's really good or not. They
Mhm.
just put like nails and that's it, and
Mhm.
leather, because it's already buzzy. So,
Yeah.
but frame drum in Turkey, it's really like clean sound.
Mm.
So they have to think really about the beauty and the thickness of the wood. So
Mhm.
I meet with this guy who's making drums in Morocco. He was on my age. His father owned a business, big business of making drums. And I showed him what I want to do, and we were like trying for 2 months to make the good just the good frame.
Yeah, 2
And
months.
we learned it together, yeah, because we didn't have knowledge about how to make it really perfect, circle, round. not buzzy when you put leather. Everything
Hmm.
is fine.
Yeah, yeah. That I mean, I can barely imagine. Did you use steam? Did you make put steam
No,
on the
we
wood?
made another technique. So the willow wood in Morocco,
Mm-hmm.
when they cut it in a way that it go like this. It's
Ah.
naturally go back to a circle,
Mm-hmm.
and we take these circles that they're not really perfect, and we try to make them perfect by putting them in a big correct circle from like clay or something,
Mm-hmm.
and putting them for a while there
Ah.
until they got to the like the
Drying.
shape,
Mm-hmm.
and then we make one layer, and then we do the second layer.
Hmm.
So it's a lot of work actually.
Around it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and we send it, and we made it after when it's finished. It's like very clean one. You, I want to kiss it, because like
Yeah.
you work with the hands. It's really
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Nice. So how many of those did you make?
A lot actually.
That's cool.
I still have them in Morocco for in a shop because I was making me and solo at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and we made a lot, like around 14, 15, maybe 20 drums, something like
Great.
that.
Did you ever think about doing something like that in Poland?
I'm waiting to go back to Morocco because there the material is very cheap than here, the wood
Yeah,
and the leather,
it's
and
true.
bring them to Poland. I think people they loved it here actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
You
have one actually here with me.
you want to demonstrate it?
I know it's too late here
Oh
now.
yeah,
People
yeah, yeah.
are
It's true. It's true. I can't be banging around with neighbors. This isn't the madhouse. Just go outside naked, run around shouting,
with
banging
a
your
drum in
drum,
your hand.
shouting naked. It's normal for Rainbow. That's cool. What else was gonna ask you about that? Um, I don't know. Do you have okay, so like I remember talking how you were wanting to make a festival in Morocco. Do you still have a
Hmm.
dream to do something like that or to bring because you're like I want to bring all my friends to Morocco. I want to have a festival there.
But I did some of it. I brought Maddie and Kate.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
did a little concerts there,
That's
kind
true.
of not festival, but just kind of parties and festival of 1 day, 2 days.
Hmm.
And later I wanted to do something bigger, but I left Morocco. But one day I'll come back and bring everyone there
Yeah.
and make like kind of art residency for everyone and have some like for free. People can stay for free somewhere
So
and
you
make
have
music and perform later.
so you do have a dream of returning to Morocco and wanting to put some improvement into the support for the arts and especially artists who don't have a lot of money. That's kind of part
Of
of your
course,
mission.
of course. I feel it's part of me and my mission. It's like I'm making contact now and connections and stuff. And when I come back to Morocco, I will use everything I have to always things happening. Even I was not making money at all from what I was doing. In the opposite, I was putting money on that.
Mm,
But just to see things happening, it's like kind
mm,
of makes you happy.
Yeah, it's like a child in a way, like a kind of
Yeah,
creative child.
yeah,
You want it to grow and just for the love of it. I feel that way too. I mean, especially being back here, and I'm also making connections, and it's a slow process. It really takes a long time. I thought I
yeah.
would come back and just be like, "All right, everybody," and they're all gonna say, "Yeah," and I realize no one knows who I am, and it takes time for people to know who you are. It
Exactly.
takes years of repeated exposure and meeting people and seeing them again, and so I would also love to be able to bring people. I would love to bring you to come to the US. And it's like, how does that happen? Well, you need money. You need visa stuff is very difficult. So,
Mm.
looking into how to do work with organizations that can help with
Organizations,
that
exactly.
process
Yeah,
and writing grants and things. So I'm kind of that's where I want to start growing toward connecting with organizations that can help because I have a lot of friends that I would love to be able to have them come to the country and play some music, but it's very difficult to get people to come right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so when the borders limiting art, actually putting it in a sort of limitation, because artists cannot just come and travel and see each other, like poor artists like us, not
Yeah,
the fancy famous one.
right. Yeah, and these are the artists that really need to get those experiences, and if we're making it so that it's not possible for an artist with very little means to go and see the world, I feel we're doing the world a disservice because the world benefits when creative people have a chance to
Mm.
explore and be in different zones and be in different areas, and then maybe that's why creative people are so dangerous and they don't want that. People, some folks don't want that kind of uh, power to happen for people who aren't part
Yeah,
of their group.
I think that people are scared from non-controlled artists by companies or something. The free artists
Mm,
are dangerous.
mm,
They write songs about system and make people understand things. So
hmm. I think so. I mean, there's a
yeah,
reason why so many artists have been addicted to different kinds of drugs and alcohol. That's definitely a way to control someone is by making them addicted to something and
yeah,
making sure
exactly.
that
Or
it,
labels as well are
mm,
controlling what you need to write. But now it's not easy
yeah.
because you sign that you don't need to talk about this topic or this
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I mean, even there's what was it? Ice Cube, the rapper, was talking
Mm,
about how the same people who own a lot of the rap labels also own the private pit prisons in the United
mm,
States, and
yeah,
that they benefit directly from having slave labor from prisoners. So they encourage the rappers to encourage people to act in a way that would get them in jail. And I think that's a very interesting statement that he made. And I don't know how true it is or not because I'm not part of that industry, but it does seem like there is some
it does seem like
correlation
something,
there.
something, something happening there. Yeah, something is being cooked there.
So you have a group. I've seen you playing music with lots of people. So you're organizing and working with other musicians, and are
Yeah, I'm
like how does
trying
that
this.
work?
I just quit my band
You quit.
recently. Yeah, I was in a band for a while. We were playing some music, and our guitar player got deported to Russia because he was Russian,
Uh, that doesn't mean
and we
he's
have
a.
to.
It's just because there's so many great Russian people. They're not all
I love
fascists.
them. I love them. They're really
Uh,
nice people. It's not because your country is an asshole. It means you're an asshole.
right?
Yeah.
So that's why the band broke up because he got deported.
No, we played again, but I had some troubles by some troubles with the our singer. Like we
Yeah,
didn't get together.
interpersonal.
Not personal things, just about the band and how we see the band going and stuff and the
Yeah,
music.
some differences about your vision.
Yeah, also I didn't have a place in Krakow and I was just staying there for the band, but I
Um.
was trying all the time to find a place during the whole year, like
Mm-hmm.
sleeping here, sleeping there,
Mm.
being like nomadic and kind of home free.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Like, I'm so glad to have a place to stay that's constant right now because I was on the road for so many years, and having your own place where you can just be there for a while is really nice.
It's a blessing, man. You
Especially,
understand it when you stay outside a lot, you know?
yeah. I was sleeping outside in Sopo when I was there. I remember it was the summer, of course, but
Yeah.
there's this little place by the train stop and there's a forest
Yeah.
to the south of the train stop and I would go in there every night with my and I had my tent hidden away and I would open it up and set it up and I would sleep in my tent and then I would pack it away under some bushes and then I would go to the little coffee shop right there. It wasn't in Sopot, it was maybe Gdynia. It was the stop before Sopot because then I would take the train from that forest to Sopot,
Mm.
the next stop. So it was the stop before Sopot from Gdansk. There's a forest there I would sleep in. And then I would go to Sopot and do the busking. And that was a great time actually. Polish people, though, are very dangerous about making you get drunk. Because I remember one night I was playing street music and everyone was giving me vodkas and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
sleeping on a bench at the seaside. And then I woke up, someone nudged me, like, hey. And this old man was walking with my hat full of money, walking away with it. I was like, no! Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He didn't get too far, but it was fun. I mean, Slavic culture and drinking is so extreme. I remember so many times getting really, really drunk as a street musician because everyone wants to give you free drinks, and I would just take them. And then I'm glad that no one robbed me or worse
Mm.
because I was really not safe. Not recommended.
No, yeah, yeah. Drinking is such a bad thing here.
So not safe. Well, so you don't have a band right now? Is that what you're saying?
Now I will start another project soon with the frame drum player from Russia. As well, she's
Okay.
from Russia,
Nice. Also, yeah, more
and she was
Russians.
about to be deported, but she fought for her right and stayed in Poland.
Good.
And we want to play something also more Oriental, more Sephardic,
Mm-hmm.
because my previous band was Project Sephardic and Balkan. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
now we're gonna play more kind of. Also, we're gonna be open for some experimental
Cool.
music.
I like experimental. I've been going back that direction myself because
Yeah,
I started playing electric guitar again with my group. I have a group since about
I saw.
I guess like we started playing together maybe in like March, February, March, and then April. Yeah, we had our first concert in April. And then I started with acoustic guitar, and then I realized that playing with a band, I wanted an electric guitar because it's easier to play with all those
Yeah.
other noisy instruments. And so I have an electric guitar from when I was 13 years old that I got with money. I had worked as a camp counselor, like a junior counselor one summer, and I bought this Fender Stratocaster when I was
The
13.
little dandy counselor, camp
Yeah.
counselor.
Yeah, so I had that because I wanted to be like Kurt Cobain, Nirvana.
Oh,
And
I love Kurt Cobain.
yeah, right. So I got that, and finally I decided I went to took it to the shop and had them set it up, and I got an amplifier, and now I started buying like effects pedals too. And I
Oh,
really like these delay pedals and things and
mm.
reverb and getting really psychedelic sounds. So it's fun. I'm really enjoying to experiment with the crazy psychedelic sounds. Yeah,
Change the spot.
sure. Yeah, so getting experimental is really fun. I think I recommend it for everyone to try because you can be more free. Like there's with the traditional music, it's really like interesting to learn, but then also going outside of tradition and making something new and not
Oh, of
caring about
course.
being in the form.
Music is about also making something new. That's what we have to remember to express ourselves in sound and just play with it,
Hmm.
enjoy it.
Yeah. I think I would love to hear what comes out of your new project.
Yeah, me too, actually. I never played with these people, so it's gonna be my first time we're gonna meet.
Sweet. Well, that's cool though that you're talking about it and you're getting something going. And are they all in Sopot?
Yeah, they're in Gdansk, then yeah, like
Oh,
the
perfect.
area here.
Perfect. Yeah, that's easy. Much easier, and you have stability. Do you have any other big dreams that you would like to share?
My big dreams is to make a map that describe how the rhythm traveled around the world, how the
Hmm.
culture inspired other cultures, and how the nomads took the rhythm from another place to another place, and how we started to like, and why each culture have different rhythms that is like you can recognize it
Hmm.
from the first sound, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That you go to the Balkans, you can know that it's Balkan. When you go to Morocco, you know it's Morocco. When you go to the like Turkish or Turkey or Iran or Afghanistan or India, you know.
Hmm. Have you done
What
any research about this already?
I start just my own vision, my own ideas without like making research, just me myself, how my experience with the rhythms and how I feel that they're, for example, I will give you just a funny example. For example, in Morocco, we have syncopa, and
Syncopation.
life in Morocco is like kind of syncopa. It's not
Yeah.
in this right beat, like the rhythm of the life of people daily
Mm.
basis. It's syncopated. It's not really like in beat, you know? It's like
Yeah, so like when
chaotic.
the drums are hitting not at the same time, it's kind of like brump,
Yeah,
brump,
yeah,
brump. And
yeah. It's like
German's
always,
much more pom
yeah,
pom pom pom.
yeah, exactly. Some stuff like this, yeah. Uh, but it go more deeply, like
Mm.
later.
Do you write about it?
Sometimes, but not really fully, not concentrate now a lot about this dream.
Mm.
But I will make it happen in when I'm really settled down and I have space for myself and stuff. I will
Yeah.
start really like working on that.
I feel like it would be really nice even as like a collection of short vignettes or poems, like just as a way to even get your ideas out, right? Just writing about some rhythm and free
Yeah.
consciousness and how your impressions and then of course you can always do some more deep research and provide examples or something like that
Mm.
too. I think that would be a very valuable exploration.
Yeah, like just do it for me actually, first of all, for me and see if can I like give some like push something to this give something plus to this word or not, you know.
Hmm, that would be cool. Do you have any advice for artists, especially f- creative folks or any folks really from other places who don't live in privileged countries like Europe or USA? Uh, well, Europe's not a country, but you know what I mean. Do you have any advice for people to give them hope and some excitement about what maybe they can do or give some inspiration?
Like keep playing, keep creating, because creation will take you to the places that you will never think or believe that one day you would be in that places. So you just love what you're doing and create. Sometimes the life seems really like dark and there is no hope, but it's also a way to get inspired and create from this hopeless situations and feeling some good music or good beautiful paintings and even ugly paintings that describe the situations, because art should not be only beautiful, it should be ugly sometimes and just expressing. So yeah,
Yeah.
keep creating, not never stop, never lose hope.
I think that what you said about Camus and the Sisyphus also what really applies because it's in a way that if you feel trapped, then you're going to feel if it's like if you feel trapped, you're going to feel more trapped. If you feel free,
Yeah,
you're going to feel more free. So if a person is in a prison, it's almost better to imagine their freedom within those limitations because uh, if we only concentrate on the limitations stopping us from doing what we want and we only want what's outside the limits, we're going to be constantly unhappy. But if we see the limitations and we find our freedom within those limits, then there's some kind of peace even in a difficult situation.
of course. The mind is the mind that can control any situation around you. Like you can create whatever you want. You just need to believe it and see it like that, you know.
Yeah. It's so much it's like the mind gives the flavor of our reality
Yeah.
and we can work on directing that flavor. It's not always successful, but by focusing on it, we can
Yeah.
have some success at making ourselves have a pleasant life.
Mm,
I know for me, for example, it's not good to always be looking at social media and seeing every terrible thing in the world. I know a lot of terrible things in the world, what's happening, and I spend a lot of time learning about what's going on, and then sometimes I realize that
mm,
I need to not think about terrible things and
yeah.
think about what are good things too.
Yeah, I think about butterflies, not only like bombs, you know, things
Yeah.
sometimes. But,
But
because
don't
it's
forget the
too,
bombs. It's
yeah,
like,
it's too much when you're only into bombs because you feel a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness, a lot of misery, and we forgot that there is also this part of the world that is like we can discover because not because a lot of people suffering, you have to suffer as well. You have just to acknowledge and understand the suffering, but also live your life. And if you can help, you can help. But if you cannot, try to just uh, boycott and keep the things that you cannot do as someone who can be directly helping. But also live your life because without living your life, you will just be uh, not helping at all.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a heavy situation what's going on. I mean, I see a lot of news about what's happening in Palestine, for example, and other places too. But the way that the world just lets that happen without acknowledging what's happening is really it makes me sad because uh, people don't deserve to be treated as if they're just trash to be thrown away, especially young people and people who didn't do anything wrong, but just were born somewhere, right? And
Yeah,
we got to
it's like,
remember that.
but the bad part about this, what's happening now, it's not like people didn't acknowledge, but people try to manipulate the information and trying to stop people from talking. And we realize that we live in an unjust world, and all this democracy and freedom failed in one year. We saw the how fascism is already in control and make us believe that we are in free state. We can talk about everything, but all the voices are being silenced when you talk about this topic. So
Yeah,
we understood that not people only not acknowledging, but also putting violence and silencing voices, which is like more very dangerous. If we allow this to happen now, and the world allow this to happen this time, and it passed like this, it will be really catastrophe in the future for our freedom, for our freedoms as
yeah.
like citizens and people.
Yeah, it is. It's already a catastrophe, really, because of what you said, and that's I think why talking to real people in real life is going to become more and more valuable again, especially with all of the AI things happening now, where we don't even know if we can trust what we see on the internet. I'm pretty sure that you're real. I mean, ChatGPT, I don't think can do this yet, but yeah, the importance of real life conversation is growing in my opinion, and I think that's a good thing that we start to value talking to people, and we should talk to people in real life because when you're talking directly to one another, no one can step in and cover your mouth or close your
Mm,
ears unless you're wearing one of those meta glasses, maybe.
yeah,
But um, yeah, it's really important to have direct conversations and to meet with other people and discuss things openly. I was really pleasantly surprised in my travels because I saw the grip of fascism in every nation state that I went
yeah,
to. What I say, I saw the grip of fascism in every place that had been colonized by the mentality of a nation state. And I've seen also a lot of resistance in people and a lot of knowledge that the propaganda is strong and a lot of understanding that of the propaganda and an ability to step away from it and filter that. So I really trust that people do have a really strong detector for bullshit. And when they talk to one another, it makes it even more strong. So I think people need to continue having conversations and really discussing things in real life, because the internet is slowly becoming a place that's just a bunch of echoing voices of billionaires and people who
yeah.
support genocide.
Propaganda of billionaires spreading on internet. It's like their journal.
But we have each other, we have real life, we have our music, we have community, we have the whole world, really. I mean, when it
We
looks,
will fight. We will fight. We have
yeah,
everything we need.
yeah, and
Resistance.
and I think the best way to fight is to enjoy our lives and share about what's going on in a, and not to say enjoy, be joyful about bad things happening, but get together and have a joy that we are against it.
Exactly.
Like we don't
It's
support this.
motivation because without this, you don't have motivation at all.
Yeah,
It's like you exist in full power. You are here. You're gonna do change. You know that bad things are happening, but you're happy because you're fighting still.
yeah, yeah. I feel it, and in a way, I feel resistance is even more effective as a kind of party rather than as a war. And that
Exactly.
when we resist as a party and we're enjoying the resistance, like these people in Seattle, they're wearing these costumes. I don't know if you've seen these protesters in Seattle protesting the deportations, and they're wearing these big like frog costumes and things, and they're going out
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and wearing these costumes and they're having fun, and it's like, yeah. They're having fun doing this. Getting together and protesting what you don't agree with can be fun. We can make it fun, and
Make it
that's
cool
very,
again. Make it
yeah,
cool again.
that's so powerful.
Yeah,
So I appreciate people doing that and making resistance an act of joy rather than something to just destroy our souls.
yeah.
Well, what time is it there now?
It's midnight now.
Okay, so you might be turning into a pumpkin or a maybe you're turning into a tagine or a
I'm turning
couscous.
into couscous with pumpkins.
Yeah, pumpkin couscous. And I don't want to keep you too long because I know it's bedtime, but I really been enjoyed talking to you, Zaid, and
Me too. Me too.
I appreciate your spirit and what you're doing, and hopefully we'll get together and make some more concerts in the future, if whether in Poland or in Morocco or somewhere else, or in Kansas City, or
In
yeah,
Kansas City, why not? Yeah.
why not? So, well, it's great to talk to you, and
Yeah.
I
Thank you
wish you
so much for the invitation as well and for the space for speaking actually, which is like it means a lot.
absolutely. Well, it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
I want to make the platform for people who don't always get a voice to be able to say something. If I can shut up
Super.
long enough, because I like to talk, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. They're lovely to hear you all the time, every time. Thank you and have a beautiful night. Good night.
Good night. See you later.
See you
Ciao.
later.